Alrighty, we should be live. Excellent connection, says YouTube. Most excellent connection. Alrighty. Well, I don't need that. Don't need that playing while I'm doing stuff. I wonder if I can move that I guess I can. Popped into its own window, which is fine. Let me just, working on stuff slight last minute. Hello. Hello there. Everyone join on in. We're just starting up. I'm trying to get a few things cooked out. Hello there. We always start with hello there. Okay, let's just hello. Can that? Oh, it's stuck over there. Oh, okay. Hello. Well, let me get share the live stream on Twitter. You know, that should just work. We'll just put a Cacophony of Madness. It's the name of it anyway. Alrighty. Good. Capture moments as they happen. Nobody cares. Alrighty. Welcome. Welcome one and all to Doctor Who Series 10 live stream, where we are supposed to talk about Doctor Who Series 10. Whether or not that's actually going to happen is entirely up to you guys. You guys, specifically. Okay. Can you guys hear me well? I've got my microphone at a slight bit of a distance from me. So, normally I have it a lot closer, but it's a bit further over. So, if you guys can hear me just fine, then that's good. So, we'll see. Yes, let's go ahead and set the tone early. Obviously, yes, you can see I have chest hair. Let's go ahead and get it out. Let's get it out there. Let's just try to get through all of that. We're going to try to have an actual chat about Doctor Who Series 10, but I already called this a Cacophony of Madness, so I know where we're going to end up going. I actually trimmed my chest hair recently, for those of you that are insane enough that want to know that. So yeah. Anyway. So yeah, we'll wait just a minute or so to allow everyone time to get here. So yeah. Yes, go ahead and get all your Amy's cracks and your Arthur Darvill photos out of your system. Mainly because we are so far away from those that they should not even be a thing anymore. It has been 3.5 seasons since Amy, and well, I mean, I don't know about the Arthur Darvill photo, you know? I mean, hell, if Merlin was any indication, clearly something has awoken in me, so, I don't know. Anyway. Do I really... I don't think I need analytics. Well, it's not sacrilege. It gets hot, alright? It gets hot, you know? When your chest hair is an inch thick, it's time to shave. Which is actually also the case with my arms. I actually did shave my arms. Which I actually regret doing, but I did do it. So, yeah. Anyway, I trimmed a lot of body hair, because sometimes it just gets way too hot. I don't know why I'm looking over here. The camera is over here, which is basically you guys. And the chats are right here, too. So, I've got chat and webcam over here, but I've got me over here, and I've got my microphone over here. So, we're at a slight bit of a different angle, because I finally realized how to get a bit more space between me and my green screen. I mean, me and the TARDIS, because clearly we're on the TARDIS. My TARDIS, specifically. Nobody mind the old man over there. This is my TARDIS. Anyway. You're still not over Amy and Rory, so Amy's crack is still relevant. I guess that's true. I suppose that's true. If you guys have actual questions about Doctor Who that you would like to ask, then go ahead and get started on that. Go ahead, get your questions ready. Where are the videos for the shaving session? No, it's okay. You're not going to get banned. But I would get banned if I actually did that. So yeah. Although I mean, if I shaved my trimmed my beard on camera and shaved my arms, I feel like that would be okay. But I feel like once you get to the chest hair, it's a little iffy. Okay, here we go with the first actual question of the stream. How do I feel about Bill and Nardole? I love Bill and Nardole. I thought they were really, really great. I didn't understand Nardole at first. Like, he just seemed so strange, and he was different from any sort of companion we had. But I finally understood him. It's like, okay, he kind of feels like the Doctor's assistant, which we kind of have, occasionally he'll say that about his companions, like, oh, this is my assistant. But Nardole definitely feels like, okay, he's not, as, brilliant or as knowledgeable as the Doctor, but he's definitely, he definitely pulls his weight, and he's definitely helpful. And I think it was more towards Oxygen and what the hell is it called? Extremists. Like it was around those episodes where I was like, okay, I understand the point of Nardole. So anyway. And I do just love Bill. Bill was really, really great. So I could have gotten a picture in the TARDIS with Clara. Well, actually, I can't really turn. Oh, I guess I need to turn this way. There she is. There she is. There's Clara in my TARDIS. Once again, don't mind this guy. He's just a passing hobo. This is my TARDIS. Anyway. What is my favorite episode from series 10, apart from Twice Upon a Time? Yeah, Twice Upon a Time was definitely... I really went off on Twice Upon a Time, didn't I? I love Twice Upon a Time. I acknowledge it has a ton of faults, but I really do love it. Okay. Going to the playlist. Okay. Well, of course I really got to scroll through this playlist to get to Series 10. Let's see. That's Series 9. Okay, so... Series 10, we have The Return of Dr. Mysterio, The Pilot, Smile, Thin Ice, Knock Knock, Oxygen, Extremis, The Pyramid at the End of the World, The Lie of the Land, Empress of Mars, The Eaters of Light, World Enough and Time, The Doctor Falls, and Twice Upon a Time. Technically 14 episodes in one season, which is incredible. I really did like Extremis. Like that one was really cool. And honestly, that and Pyramid at the End of the World, they tie in, because they're so perfect together. I really did like that. So yeah, like just the mystery and stuff, and it's like, okay, we have something. It definitely kind of felt like Indiana Jones. Like, okay, here's this thing. Here's this like ancient thing, and the Doctor has to figure it out, and there's these, evil monks and stuff like that. So Extremis was really, really good. And then, the twist that it's all a simulation is really good. Sorry, the green screen. I mean, the TARDIS lights are freaking out. Anyway. And then Pyramid at the End of the World is a good follow-up. Like, it's a good episode of just, the Doctor on Earth. Like, it's, I guess, just a good contemporary story of, like, okay, the Doctor and the leaders of Earth have to team up in order to take on the monks. Man, my voice is already going, and we just started, so hang on. I need to get this cord back over here, and I am going to move my microphone a little bit closer. Don't mind that sound. That's just the bag of Twix that I have on here. We're going to keep that there. You can see the pop filter, but that's okay. You can also see a corner of my desk, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, those two, I really go back to those two a lot. So And if not that, probably World Enough in Time and The Doctor Falls are really brilliant episodes. So, yeah, probably those. Let's see. How did you feel about John Sim coming back as the Master? I loved it because I love John Sim as the Master. He's such a different Master, you know, and especially too because it's like, okay, the thing is, John Sim's Master perfectly complements David Tennant's Doctor because they're exactly, it's like, okay, these are modern interpretations. Whereas Missy complements Capaldi's Doctor because they are both modern versions, but they also do feel classic. So putting John Sim's Master against Capaldi's Doctor is a very interesting idea, you know? Like, it's a very interesting idea because it's like, okay, well, this is from kind of a different point in the show, you know? But I really did like it. I thought he did really well. And it's the only thing is I kind of wish there was a bit more of him with an evil plan. Like, that's the thing is, he didn't really have an evil plan. He just showed up to talk to Missy, basically. And then, yeah, they tried killing him, but then the Doctor got out of it, and then that was just sort of that. So, I guess sort of that, basically. Okay, let's see. Did you enjoy the Daleks being benched this season, and the return to the body horror aspect of the Cybermen? How did that go down with you? Yeah, I guess the Daleks were benched this season. We only got like a cameo from them at the beginning. That's fine. Honestly, like if you can't do a straight good Dalek story, then, you know, it's okay to bench them. Which is actually something we've learned in classic Doctor Who is like, you know what? It's okay to bench the Daleks for a while. Like, you know, they're such a huge thing that's like, okay, we don't need them so often. And right now, where we are in classic Doctor Who, they're basically being taken over by the Cybermen, although I know we have another Dalek serial coming up. But I like that there was a good amount of time between like the Dalek Master Plan to the power of the Daleks to, you know, where we're going next with the next one that's coming up. So, yeah, I'm fine with taking a break from Daleks. You know, I feel like the Daleks were kind of at their worst during Matt Smith's era. Like there was some, like, Victory of the Daleks was okay, and then they show up at the end, and then, well, what else? Were they even in Series 6? I mean, they had to have been, but I don't remember for what exactly. Oh, were they even? I don't remember. They're not in Series 6, are they? Unless I'm forgetting something. But I cannot remember a moment of the Daleks in Series 6. And then Series 7, Asylum of the Daleks is okay. You know, it's pretty decent, honestly. And then we don't really get them again until the 50th, which is good. Well, okay. And then, you know, Into the Dalek is good. And then, was that kind of it? Well, and then I guess Magician's Apprentice. It just sort of depends. You know, use them when you know you can use them, basically. So, I feel like that was fine benching them in, it was good to bench them in Series 10. Use them when you need to use them. So, let's see here. And then, yes, the body horror aspect of the Cybermen. That was really, really good because you don't really get that too much of, you know, you don't really get that too much with the Cybermen. They just sort of show up, even in, like, you know, when they first showed up in modern Doctor Who. Like, yeah, you get the whole thing of, like, oh, well, you know, they're taken to the saws and stuff, but it's honestly not a ton. Honestly, maybe Torchwood did that a bit better with the Cyberwoman, although that episode is a bit debatable on its quality. I mean, it's good, but it was kind of freaky too. But yes, I really did love the horror aspect of that. And honestly, just because World Enough in Time and The Doctor Falls, that felt like a return to classic Moffat, like Empty Child, Blink sort of Moffat writing, and I really, really enjoy that. Like, that was really, really good to end Series 10 on, so I like that. Let's see. What do you think of the Monks trilogy? I thought it was really, really good. The last episode, The Lie of the Land, there is a part of me that's like, okay, well, conclusion could have been a bit better, but overall I thought it was really, really solid. So I like that. And honestly, I wish that they had kept that formula, because then after Lie of the Land, you get Empress of Mars, and it's like, okay, so you think, okay, well, that will get us into a trilogy of episodes about Missy. But then you get the Eaters of Light, and then you get a two-parter, which is sort of about Missy and also about the Cybermen and also about the Master. So it just sort of... So I kind of wish that they kept that format of, like, we'll do one episode that leads into a trilogy, and then another episode that leads into a trilogy. I really did I like that aspect of it, and I kind of wish, I wish that kept going throughout Series 10, and I also wish that would just keep going. I think that would be a really cool idea, and it sort of goes back to the more serialized nature of Doctor Who, because it's like, yeah, we'll have our one-off episodes, but then we'll have a couple episodes where, even though they are sort of their own stories, they all feed into each other, So I like that. Okay, let's see. We should acknowledge that this season of reactions introduced subtitles as a regular on your channel. Yes, I have finally gone full subtitles on pretty much on almost all of my reactions. I'm putting on subs now, with the exception of like JoJo. They don't offer. Okay, JoJo and Attack on Titan. The problem with those are that they offer the English subs, but it's the English subs of the Japanese script. It's not the English script they wrote, so I don't turn on that. Not like any of you care. I'm not sure how many of you actually watch those reactions, but anyway. But yeah. I did turn on subs as a regular now on pretty much every video I can, and honestly, I'm really enjoying it. It really does help, Let's see. Johnson was brought back not to be a villain, but as a way to push forward Missy's character development. That's true. Honestly, this season gave Missy a character arc, and that was helped by her former self coming in, and her basically having to overcome that, basically. So yeah. There was a Dalek cameo in the season 6 finale. Okay, I don't fully remember that then. And they had a cameo in the Wedding of River Song. What moment was that? A lot happened in that one, so I don't fully remember. I don't know. I'll take your word for it, but I don't really remember them. Do I like the Ice Warriors? They're one of your favorite villains, but I think they are much better in classic Who. Did you like Empress of Mars? Because I found it really boring. I liked Empress of Mars. I will admit it was a bit of a slower episode, but I enjoyed it. I haven't seen enough of the Ice Warriors in classic Doctor Who. I've really only seen them in... I've really only seen them in The Curse of Peladon, and then nothing else really. I'm gonna try to sit up. I don't know how well this is going to go over. There's only so much I can lean back in that chair, and of course now, here we can work on this real quick. Keep typing questions while I do this. The microphone is right here, so I shouldn't yell too hard into it. Okay, let me do. No, wait, not that. I need to transform, edit, transform, top. Let's take it to 70, and then we'll just sort of. Oh, I guess that's good. Okay, there. So I'm gonna sit up for a little bit. God, my back is sweating for some reason. Jeez. Anyway. What was my least favorite episode of season 10? Okay, that's a bit of a new one. Least favorite? The Eaters of Light was a bit boring. I mean, it was good. It was an interesting story, but it was okay. And then other than that, Smile, maybe. Yeah. One of those. I mean, they're still really good episodes, but they're good episodes, but still. Anyway. Okay, let's see. What was the point of Bill's mum? I don't know. It was a plot point. I don't know. It depends on what you're asking, I guess. Since I shaved my chest hair, I guess the beard is going. Okay, well, I didn't shave my chest hair completely off. I trimmed my chest hair. So, I did shave my arms completely. Although they're starting to grow back. It's been about a week, but it's starting to grow back. Of course, my webcam is not high quality enough to really show that, but yeah. Anyway, so but yeah, I'm never shaving my beard off completely. This is so stupid. I had a dream the other night that I shaved my beard off, and I literally woke up in the middle of the night terrified, and I touched my chin, and I was like, oh, thank God I still have it. So it's the stupidest thing ever, but I will never shave my beard off, ever. I will die with this beard. Okay. What do you think is the best part of every Doctor? Like, what makes 9, 10, 11, and 12 great the most? Okay. Like, what's the best quality of each Doctor? The best quality of each Doctor. I mean, it sort of depends. One thing I like for most Doctors is a sense of being alien. And it differs from Doctor to Doctor, but there's just any sort of sense of being alien. Like, I don't want the Doctor to be like, yes, this is just some guy, really. And I started to bring this up in Twice Upon a Time, but the 10th Doctor, I feel like, kind of misses that a bit. There's something about his portrayal, and it's an amazing portrayal. David Tennant knocks it out of the park, but there's a part of him where it's like, this honestly feels like a guy. Like, he could pass as a normal person, you know? Just an eccentric person, but a normal person, whereas every other Doctor, really, there's a sense of being alien. Like, there's a thing where it's like, okay, there is a disconnect between him and his companion, and it's very hard to describe this, but I feel it with 9, I feel it with 11 and 12, and because I have already seen The Woman Who Fell to Earth, I already feel it with 13. Like, there is some sense of being distant, and I've tried to figure this out, because I also went back to the classic Doctors, and I was like, okay, so what about the first Doctor? Is there something that separates him from his companions? For the first Doctor, it's more that he is older, and he has that sort of, you know, a bit of a superiority thing going on from with his companions. And it also helps that, you know, he has his granddaughter there. So part of it, I feel like, is, okay, yes, that's what separates the first Doctor from his companions. The second Doctor gets into a bit more of that alien side, from what I've seen. And then for the others, like 3 goes a bit back to 1. 4, I haven't seen enough of 4, but 4 is kind of the same as 2. 5 is more like 10, where it's like, okay, this is just kind of a guy. But, and then 6 and 7 are definitely... 6 and 7 are definitely more alien. 8, I haven't had enough of 8 in order to really discern that. Yes, 10 was a very human Doctor. Now, that said, he got a little bit... It kind of got better as he went on. Part of that may have been Rose. Like... And I don't know. Like, once you get to Martha's, he becomes a bit more alien. Donna, he's definitely alien. So you're right, it might be because of how romantic and flirtatious he was. So it could be part of that, and the fact that there wasn't any of that with Donna. So that could be part of it. Yeah. It's a very hard thing. It's a very hard thing to describe. But I like that alien quality about the Doctor, and part of it is I do feel like the 10th Doctor sort of lacked that. So, yeah. Anyway. Okay. Let's see. I'm pretty sure the Ice Warriors have only been written in New Who by Mark Gatiss. It would have been good to have them written by someone else. Maybe. I don't know. I like Mark Gatiss's scripts, and obviously he's incredible with Sherlock. But yeah. But his episodes are always like, okay, they're good, but they're not spectacular, really. So are we still going over here like all good? Yes. Excellent connection. That's a change. Okay. Cybermen and the Master was Series 8 and Series 10 finale. We needed more Cybermen stories on their own. Maybe. I can understand that. I mean, we got a decent amount in the previous eras. Well, and I guess like they had to share with like the Cult of Skaro and stuff, so maybe that's not a good example. It just sort of depends. We haven't had a lot of great Cyberman episodes in New Doctor Who, so I can understand where you're coming from on that. The one thing I will say is the difference for Series 10 is that they were still sort of on their own. It's just that Missy and the Master were there, but they weren't really with the Cybermen. So, yeah. Don't shave anywhere else completely. It itches when it grows back. Dude, when I trimmed my chest hair, it itched like crazy for a day. So, you shipped me with my beard. Well, thank you. That's new. That's a new one. Anyway. I was going to go into like what characters I ship myself with, but that would be a very long list if we're being honest, you know? Can't believe that I'm on to Series 11. I know. Isn't it amazing? I am so excited. And we are going to do a live stream after Series 11, but it might be complicated. We'll see. We'll have to see. Anyway. 8 was more human because of how romantic they wrote him. Interesting. Mark Gatiss wrote Sleep No More. Okay, well that episode does kind of suck. It's like, I don't know. I understand where they were going, but honestly, it was just sort of boring. So, okay, if he wrote that one, well, okay. I mean, that doesn't discredit some of the others he's written, so... and again, I like that, I like what he's done on Sherlock, so... Anyway, let's see. Couldn't tell because no titles in that episode. Yeah. Sleep No More was kind of Twilight Zone-ish. Kind of. I don't know, like, Mark Gatiss, like, because again, I like that, I like his stuff in, Sherlock, so you would think he would be able to put out something really, really great on Doctor Who, but I don't know, I almost wonder if, like, he needs a two-parter, you know, so he can really put some stuff in. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, that live stream is going to be World War III. I have decided that when we do the Series 11 live stream, if things get out of hand, I will turn the live stream off and never go back. But hopefully, we won't have to do that. But yeah, but I've already, like, titled it and everything. I've already, like, because I figured out when we're going to be doing that live stream, and so it's currently titled "We're Doing It, Mate," a Doctor Who Series 11 discussion. But we'll get to that when we get to that. But if I have to, I will just shut it down. Shut this down. Shut this whole place down. So the best thing to do for that live stream would be to talk about my chest hair the whole time, because then I won't turn it off. So, okay. In the end, what do you think of Capaldi's Doctor, and how do you think he compares to the others? He's honestly one of my favorite Doctors, but he doesn't really have the best stories. And he has a lot... He does have good stories, but there's a lot of times where I'm just sitting like... I don't know. He doesn't have a ton of great stories. So, yeah, like, okay. Really good example. World Enough in Time and The Doctor Falls. Brilliant. Loved it. More of that, please. We needed more of that with 12. Whereas other stuff, like, okay, The Magician's Apprentice it's good, but it has a lot of faults. And even something like Hellbent, yeah, it's also got its problems and stuff. But I don't know. I really, really like him, but I wish there were just a lot more consistency in how good his stories were, you know? So, yeah, I don't know. What sucks more, Sleep No More or Lamia from Merlin? Are those the only two that I put that instead of putting an exclamation point on the title, I put a period? Yeah, those are the only two. I think I hate Lamia more just because it was... Like, I could see Sleep No More being an interesting... Like, it was an interesting idea, but then it just sort of peters out into a boring villain. So, I would definitely say that Lamia was worse. Alright, you guys are starting to type a lot more, so I need to adjust my chat. Go ahead and keep typing. Don't you worry about it. We'll get to everything. Anyway. See, I think I hated Lamia more just because it was a bad idea from the get-go, you know? Let's see. I already know that Graham's line is a meme. You're doing it, mate. Yes, so the reason I know that is because generally, like, when I finish doing my reactions, like, I'll be doing something else, like eating lunch or something, and I'll turn on someone else's reaction. Like, I'll watch Blind Wave's reaction to the Doctor Who episode, and I don't really, like, go through the comments thoroughly on there. I just sort of, like, glance down every so often, and luckily, like, there's no spoilers or anything there. But I did see, like, the "You're Doing It, Mate" thing was a meme, and also the fact that in their video they highlight it. So, yeah, and the Ryan Sinclair "Don't You Dare." Those are the only two I know, and again, I don't really know anything else. But I was like, oh, those are memes? Really? It's exactly like Hondo and Rebels. Like, really? So, and I am totally in on memes, so, anyway. Let's see. So yes, that will be the title of the Series 11 live stream. We're doing it, mate. Anyway. What do you expect from the 13th Doctor series? Like, I'm sure you heard a lot of bad things about it. I've heard bad things. I've also heard really good things about it. Like, and down to, I've heard people, and I don't know if you guys are actually going to be able to chat about this. We'll see. But I've actually heard some people say that they like the Timeless Children. Again, I don't know what the hell happens in the Timeless Children. I just know there was some big brouhaha about it. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. I've been very curious. Like, okay, you know, obviously I want to forge my own opinions on it. And having watched the first episode, The Woman Who Fell to Earth, I'm really on board. Like, it was a lot of fun. I really, really like Jodie Whittaker, she fit right into that role immediately. I was like, yep, this is the Doctor. Without a doubt, she is the Doctor. You know, so I'm all for it. So yeah. Ryan Sinclair, don't you dare. Was I doing any of the lockdown watch along? I did not, but I didn't, and I don't know if I really knew that was a thing that was happening. So yeah. Let's see. 12 as the Doctor is good, but the writing in his stories prevents him from being the best Doctor. He stands out the most. Since I will say his most consistently good season is Series 10. I'm adjusting my socks real quick. So yeah. Let's see. Do you think his era is better than Matt Smith's? I personally think Capaldi's era is 90% amazing. Just got about 5 stories that are meh/bad. It's so different because Matt Smith's era, I felt like, was more ambitious. And I feel like it's kind of the wrong word, but it honestly did feel that way. It's like, okay, it felt ambitious, like, okay, we're going to do a lot of stuff. Like, we are going balls out on this era. And that's great. Sometimes that's a bit to its detriment. You know, sometimes they're a little too ambitious, but honestly, for the most part, I do think it is really, really good. So I kind of missed that with 12, but I don't know. I think Matt Smith's era was a bit more consistently like, okay, these are some really banging episodes, you know? And 12's episodes where it's like, okay, good with, you know, 2, 3, maybe 4 standouts each season. So, yeah, it's a tricky thing to really decide between them. And especially just because they are so different. So, okay. For me, most of Series 9 was good episodes because they were 2-parters and given more room to breathe. Yeah, I can understand that. It was an interesting idea doing mostly 2-parters in Series 9. I did like that, and yes, it does give more time for different stories. So, yeah, I do like that. But then it's like, okay, some of it, like, you know, The Woman Who Lived is good, but it's, I don't know. Like, that one is really good. I slightly almost want to, like, knock it just because of, like, the writing of, like, oh, well, Ashildr is so pissed, you know, at the Doctor. But it's really not the Doctor's fault, but then that's part of the character development for her in that episode. So it's all sorts of tricky. All sorts of tricky, you know? Anyway. Capaldi is the best actor to have played the Doctor, IMO, but not good enough material was given to him. They wasted his talents for the most part. I mean, kinda. Again, like 3 or 4 episodes per season were just stand out. And it's like, you know, I get it's like not every episode can be heaven sent. I get that. But I don't know. You really want them all to be, though. Yeah, it's tricky. You always quite liked Lamia. Well, I'm sorry that your opinion is wrong. No, I'm kidding. Kidding. You can have your opinion on Lamia as wrong as it is. No. Have your opinion. That's totally fine. Honestly, that is part of it. That the writing is not really horrible for Capaldi, but he definitely makes it better because he's that damn good, you know? So, you know what I'm kind of thinking of? For some reason in my mind I have Curse of the Black Spot on my mind, and Curse of the Black Spot, while being an okay, entertaining episode, like if that was given to Capaldi, that episode may actually be a little bit better. You know what part of it is? He's kind of funnier, you know? he's kind of funnier because when he's put into some situations, he makes it funnier because he is the 12th Doctor. Like, Last Christmas is funnier because he's still sort of the cranky old man doctor, you know? Like, when Peter Capaldi is talking to Santa Claus and is like, nobody likes the tangerines. Like, that is funnier. Like, if Tennant said that, it's like, nobody likes the tangerines. Like, okay, whatever. Yeah, okay, that's kind of a funny line. Even Matt Smith could kind of get away with that, but Capaldi, it's just so ridiculous that he's saying it that it makes it funnier, you know? Something like that. Oh. Let's see. When I'm done with Modern Who, I need to react to the remixes of Ryan's bike riding scene. Man, oh, that's amazing. I should react to memes when I'm done. I mean, I just love that in that first episode, it's like, I can't ride this bike. And it's like, oh, no, you will. No, I can't. And then he chucks it off a cliff. Like, jeez, man. Like, chill out. Oh. So that's funny. Anyway. For you, Missy didn't work with Capaldi. See, I have to disagree completely. I think Missy was a great master, but they didn't use her enough. Like her character development in Series 10 is good, but it's like, okay, we have the finale of Series 8, which is good. And then she's just sort of there in The Magician's Apprentice, and then it's like, okay, can we have something good here? And then we go into the character arc. It's like, well, I feel like we needed a few more stories with her, you know? So, nah. I should watch some Series 11 and 12 with Dad. Series 11 and 12 with Dad? Well, I mean... Well, okay, I've been debating on if I should... have him react to one Capaldi episode, because we did that with the others. We did that with 9, 10, and 11 leading up to the 50th, so I've been debating if I should show him an episode from Capaldi, and then, once I'm done with Jodie Whittaker, I should show him an episode from her era. Yeah, getting things confused, excuse me. So yeah, I've been debating that, but I'm not really sure. Part of it is, like, immediately my mind goes to Twice Upon a Time. Part of it, though, is I kind of don't want the comments on that one. And I'm sure all of you guys have had great comments, but the fact is that half of those comments were just, oh, well, this is where Doctor Who ends, bleh. And it's like, shut the hell up. Nobody cares what you say. Like, and I gotta lay down the law on that one. It's like, so there's a part of me that almost doesn't want the comment section that comes with Twice Upon a Time. You know, whether they're for that episode or not, I just don't want to deal with people like that, you know? So there's that. And then, so I don't know. So if it's not Twice Upon a Time, what episode would be good for Capaldi to show Dad? In a one-off, basically. Just one episode that he can watch. Okay, let's see. Does Dad read the comments? Yes, he reads the comments. Good God, he reads the comments on everything. Are you kidding? That man lives for your comments. That's why I don't want to do Twice Upon a Time. Okay. All of Capaldi's episodes. Here we go. Deep Breath, Into the Dalek, Robot of Sherwood, Listen, Time Heist, Caretaker, Kill the Moon, Mummy on the Orient Express, Flatline, In the Forest of the Night, Dark Water, Death in Heaven, Last Christmas, The Magician's Apprentice, The Witch's Familiar, Under the Lake, Before the Flood, The Girl Who Died, The Woman Who Lived, The Zygon Invasion, The Zygon Inversion, Sleep No More, Face the Raven, Heaven Sent, Hell Bent, The Husbands of River Song, The Return of Dr. Mysterio, The Pilot, Smile, Thin Ice, Knock Knock, Oxygen, Extremis, The Pyramid at the End of the World, The Lie of the Land, Empress of Mars, The Eaters of Light, World Enough in Time, The Doctor Falls, and Twice Upon a Time. Ugh. So which of those would be really good for an introduction to the 12th Doctor? Some of you were saying Flatline, some of you were saying Mummy. Flatline, the only thing about Flatline is that the Doctor really isn't actually in that one that much. Like, he's relegated to the TARDIS in that one. So while that's a really good episode, it's not necessary. I mean, that'd be like showing Dad blink. That's not really an episode for the 10th Doctor, per se. Anyway. Anyway, let's see here. Okay. I think I'm getting a little bit... Okay, here we go. Matt Smith's era, specifically Series 5, kicked off the show a whole lot more in America. Okay. Capaldi has charisma and screen presence. Yeah. Helps some of the weaker stories. Yeah. Capaldi was a huge Who fan when he was a teenager. In fact, he wrote an article for a fan magazine that ended up being illustrated. Wow. Oh, you ended up illustrating. Okay. Wow, that's incredible. Nice. Heaven Sent. Heaven Sent I don't think works because you need Face the Raven and you need Hellbent. Even though it's a brilliant episode, I still say you need... It works in that character arc, So, I don't think that completely works. Anyway. Should be Mummy on the Orient Express. That one I think would be really good. That might be that's a contender right there. We did get more of Missy than we got of John Sims Master. I guess that's true. He's only in 2 stories, really. He's only in 4 episodes. Yeah, I guess that's true. But still, we need more of both of them. So, Smile would be a good one-off. I mean, yeah, but it's not exactly the greatest episode. I mean, it's a good episode. Don't get me wrong. I like that episode, but Mummy on the Orient Express might be a bit stronger. So, let's see. Mummy. Are you my mummy? Do Oxygen? Oxygen, maybe. Yeah. If you had to rank the Doctors. Uh-oh. We're on to the biggin. If you had to rank the Doctors, what would your ranking be? Uh-oh. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here to the big one. Which this is very hard to rank them all. Okay. It's so difficult to... I'd really have to sit down and think about that. Because there's some where it's okay, better writing, but I also prefer this performance better. But then there's some the ambition, and then there's stuff like character development, and then that one's really, really hard. It's very tricky. And then some of it, I want to rank the Ninth Doctor really high, but realistically, he probably wouldn't be. I just sort of have a soft spot for him, because he's the original, Well, of the ones I saw, he was my first Doctor, so... That would be so tricky. If I were to say who my favorite Doctor is right now, I would probably say Tennant. Mainly because his performance is spectacular and his stories are consistently great. So, probably Tennant, maybe Capaldi after, and he's only sort of knocked down by his stories. So, yeah. Right, hang on. I need to switch over to water because my voice is going and it's been 49 minutes. Okay. Better. You would advise Hellbent, but how long would I need to take explaining? Yeah, finales probably wouldn't be a good idea. Someone made a video essay titled Mummy on the Orient Express is a perfect opener. Well, that's pretty good. Mummy is a pretty high contender on that one, so, yeah. Smile is one of Capaldi's better episodes, in your opinion. It's interesting. I don't know if I would have thought that, but I don't know. Maybe I need to rewatch it. When I say one-off, presumably a two-parter could count as one. Technically, yes, but you have to remember that we're going... If we were to do that, because I wouldn't want to take up too much time. It would basically be... If we did a video for Capaldi, it would mean taking a short break on classic episodes. So, unless you want 2 weeks, then maybe a two-parter wouldn't be great. But if it's a really, really damn good two-parter, maybe it could be a contender. So, let's see here. Hold up. Okay. There are episodes in Series 11 perfect for y'all to watch together. Okay, well, I'll remember that once we get through there. Again, Flatline... While Flatline is a great episode, it's a bit tricky because he's not really in that one that much. It's more... I mean, he is in it, but Clara's kind of doing most of the heavy lifting in that one, and that's fine. But for an introduction to the 12th Doctor, I would kind of want something a bit more with him. After hearing your comments about canon and how the BBC were kind of making things up as they went along in the early days in your Underwater Menace review, what do you think about canon changing now? I think you're trying to imply things because I think, and again, I don't know specifically what, but I think we're going to get into some canon changing in the future. Basically, if things are going to change in canon, it has to make sense. That's my opinion on that. As long as it makes sense, like, okay, yeah, I can understand that. Like, because, I mean, they're going to do that anyway in classic Doctor Who when it's like, oh, yes, the Time Lords and regeneration and all this, like, which I guess is not necessarily canon changing, but more exploring things in the canon. Like, if that's the case, then yeah, depends. But but let's not talk any more about that because I think I know what you're trying to do there. I think I know what you may be referring to. Not necessarily. I don't know what per se, but I just think that it might be something that happens. So, if you put Matt Smith as low again, I'm smashing my head through a window, joking mostly. Yeah, Matt Smith. I mean, I like it. I'd probably still put him in the top 5, but I don't know. I'd really have to think about it, so. You should only rank after you've seen all the Doctors. So years from now, once I finish this. Once we finish all of it. Oof, that'll be tricky. What do you think of 12 faking his regeneration in Pyramid? Well, that was in Lie of the Land, actually. Well, anyway. It's fine. It was just, a touch dramatic, to sway Bill. But I thought it was fine. Will I be watching the Honest Trailers rendition of Doctor Who? I already did. I did recently. So, yeah. Let's see. If you read comics, canon changes all the time in Doctor Who. Also, the comics... yeah. Yeah, I mean, stuff changes. It happens. Since I can't rank 2 through 7 and 13, I can't do a complete list. True. It wouldn't be a complete... It would basically just be who is my favorite, basically. Which, at this point, I would have to say 10. Have I watched The Ballad of Russell and Julie? Yes, I have. I actually reacted to it. It's on the channel. Go watch it. After the live stream, specifically. Do you think the order that you watch the Doctors in has affected which ones you like more? I'm not sure. I'm not sure, actually. Because, I mean, I don't know. Because we've watched the modern episodes just gone through, you know? But we've watched the modern episodes just straight through. Watching the classics when we did the tour of Classic Who, that one it's created an interesting impression in my mind, because, and especially this may have affected the Power of the Daleks reaction, where I expected a lot in Power of the Daleks. Like, I expected the Troughton performance that I knew from previous episodes that I had seen, but I didn't get that. So it sort of depends. Honestly, I think it's fine. Honestly, I think it's fine. I don't think, like, this has had an effect on me, but it has been interesting just to, sort of go through it, All right, here's a big question. Who's the better showrunner, Russell T Davies or Stephen Moffat? I'm not on the Stephen Moffat hate train, and I've heard about it. Trust me, I've heard about it. But honestly, I think with Moffat, he sometimes gets a little overambitious for his own good. And he's a damn good writer. Back during the RTD era, he was amazing. And there are plenty of episodes that he's written that are brilliant. And especially World Enough in Time and The Doctor Falls are brilliant classic Moffat episodes. But if we were really, really talking, if we were really getting down to the brass tacks of it, I would probably slightly put Russell T Davies above Stephen Moffat. Slightly. But honestly, I still really like it. At that point, that's like choosing doctors, almost. Like, I think they're both really, really good. So. Okay. Hold up. Okay. The pilot would be the obvious jumping on point for Dad, surely. Maybe, because that would be a good first episode, because, that would be good, because it basically reintroduces the 12th Doctor through Bill. So that would be good. But on the whole, it's like, okay, that's a really, really good episode, but it's not a great episode. And we watched great episodes for 9, 10, and 11, because we watched Dalek, Waters of Mars, and The Doctor's Wife. And I don't think the pilot is quite up to those episodes. So, anyway. So yeah. Have you ever considered what your new Who reactions would be like if you had reacted to the entirety of Classic Who first? I don't know. I would have struggled through the First Doctor's era if I started with that. Because what helps watching the classic episodes is that you have, which is so strange and backwards, but it's because I have such a connection with the modern episodes that I can go back and watch and be like, oh yeah, I see everything here. It's like, which I know is so weird. But honestly, I think it's better to start on 9, go through, and then once you have a good handle on modern Doctor Who, then go back to the classic episodes, So it might have been difficult to get through the First Doctor's era if I hadn't seen modern Who. So yeah. Okay. Do you think that if canon changes too much to your disliking, you stop watching the show? Again, this question I feel like is very targeted at a specific episode that we are going to get to later. No. It would have to change a lot. It would basically have to be like, okay, you know what it would have to be? It would have to be like the Doctor, like this would have to be like a Man of Steel moment, like the Doctor kills Zod or something, you know? Which, not the best example, the Doctor has had to kill people before. It would have to be basically, it would have to be the Doctor becoming so not the Doctor that it just doesn't work. Like, it would have to be that, basically. But I feel like that's not going to happen. So, I don't know. But again, we will not talk about that. We will not talk about Chris Chibnall, and we will not start that now. So, we will save that for later. All right, no more questions about canon, okay? No more. No more. No more. That's my War Doctor impression. It's the shittiest War Doctor impression, but anyway. Who's better, Bill or Clara? That's a true... That's tricky. You guys shut the hell up about the Timeless Children. I know what you're doing. Stop saying anything. Don't say, oh no, don't say anything. If you start talking about that, shut the hell up, okay? I'm serious. You can talk about literal cannons, and that's it. Anyway. You can talk about the firearm. It's not really a firearm, is it? But the weapon known as a cannon. You can talk about that and nothing else. Anyway. Where was I? Bill or Clara? I will say that my love for Clara sort of diminished in Series 9. Not through any real fault of Series 9, but I feel like part of it was she got a little too comfortable. And this is going to sound like the weirdest friggin' thing. I feel like she got a bit too comfortable. And honestly, and I know this was the point, she got too similar to the Doctor. And I know that's the point, and that ends up leading to her death, but honestly, I don't know, it's so impossible to explain. So, Bill never got to that point. And I don't know if she would have gotten to that point. Like, okay, you know what part of it is? It's the separation we talked about. It's the separation between the Doctor and his companions. And if the Doctor's companion becomes too close, too similar to the Doctor, then it kind of doesn't work. You know, it's honestly, it's like what River Song said. You know, it's like only one psychopath per TARDIS. And it's tricky to do that. So honestly, while I understand that was the point of, you know, her eventual death in Series 9, I kind of didn't like that about Clara. So it's tricky. Bill never got to that point. Now, Nardole was really good. Nardole, which you could probably argue, I guess, that Nardole was similar to the Doctor in a way that Clara was. But he also wasn't the main companion. Bill was. So it's that sort of thing. And her ego that killed her. Yeah, that's a bit part of it. And Nardole doesn't have that sort of ego, you know? So, yeah, That's if that makes any sense. If anything that I say makes any sense. Okay. Do you ever rewatch episodes in your spare time? I rewatch reactions just because it's easier to access. I don't know if I've rewatched full episodes per se, but I do rewatch reactions, whether mine or someone else's. So I do rewatch Doctor Who. So where was I? Oh my gosh, goodness. Wow, okay, I was very behind apparently. Wait, okay, jeez. Okay, wow, I was very behind. Okay, The pressure of being showrunner was a detriment to Moffat. That's interesting. You could also say because he split his time between Doctor Who and Sherlock, maybe part of it was that. I don't know. It just sort of depends, you know. I'm not sure if I would say that because I do like some of the stuff he wrote, even just for like the finales, you know. So, I don't know. RTD got hate from the classic. Yeah, I can imagine that. I mean, it did become such a different show. At least from what I've seen, like it is different from classic Doctor Who, so I could understand that. The Sixth Doctor versus the Seventh Doctor. Well, from what little I've seen of the two of them, I would say I prefer the Seventh Doctor. The Sixth Doctor is good, but like in the stories that I've seen, he didn't do a lot, you know. Oh, excuse me, voice is going. This is what I get, so. Okay. That's what I get. I've been going an hour and 6 minutes. I think we'll finish up at the hour and a half mark, so, yeah. So I'd probably say the Seventh Doctor, and not just because the Seventh Doctor is the one who put that in the chat, so. Hear you out, okay? Deep Breath could be an interesting choice. It's a very Doctor Who-y episode, and Peter Capaldi is just so good in that one. Then again, the Missy thing would be weird. Well, the Missy thing wouldn't be as weird as the end of Waters of Mars. I totally was not prepared for that one, for that rewatch. Like, I did not explain enough of the context going into that episode, and while that didn't hurt Dad's enjoyment of that episode. He still thought it was a brilliant episode. But so I don't think Deep Breath actually, that might be a good one, honestly. Okay, that's an interesting idea. We'll jot that one down. So you don't think Capaldi got an episode that was as good as Dalek, Waters of Mars, or The Doctor's Wife? Heaven Sent, I think Heaven Sent would like a word with you, but the problem is with Heaven Sent, it's not quite as one-off as those. Now, granted, Waters of Mars is not the best example of that either, but I do think there's some episodes that are really, really good. So, let's see. Despite watching a lot of New Who first, I'm glad that you're glad I watched Genesis before Stolen Earth. Yes, that was really good. Because like, okay, let's watch Genesis of the Daleks. It's supposed to be this really, really great episode, and oh, okay, it's got the creator. Oh man, that's pretty crazy. This creator, is such an interesting character. Hop over to Stolen Earth. Oh shit, it's him. Well, isn't that amazing? Like, that reminds... I kind of wish I had that for the Master. Like, because we didn't have that in time. We had only seen An Unearthly Child before Utopia. But that would have been cool, too. But then, going back to Terror of the Autons, we did that right after I watched Last of the Time Lords. So it was like, I'm generally referred to as the Master. And I'm like, oh, shit. The Master's here. That's not good. if you could have any piece of tech from the show, bar the TARDIS, which would you want and why? Sonic sunglasses. Because I don't know how often I would actually use the sonic screwdriver, but I feel like I would use the sonic sunglasses, if only just as sunglasses, you know? And just, like, use that for, like, browser history and stuff like that. I actually have all 5 of my sonic screwdrivers right here next to me. In a mug. See, further evidence that I'm actually the Doctor. So I've got the 10th Doctor sonic screwdriver. It doesn't make a noise anymore, unfortunately. War Doctor sonic screwdriver. Hold on. The 11th Doctor... Uh-oh. It's a green light, but the green light doesn't work with my green screen. I mean, oh, did I do that too close? Sorry. But it does this too. Sorry, I probably did that too close to the microphone, didn't I? And then I've got the 12th Doctor sonic screwdriver. They are ungodly loud, so I'm trying to keep them. I'm trying to keep them away from the mic. And then I do have the 13th Doctor's sonic screwdriver, the dildo of spoons, as I'm told. Is very comfortable. Like, this thing, like, holy crap, is this thing comfortable. And then, again, I'm going to hold it away from the microphone. Hold on. So, I really I like this one. It is very different from the other ones, but I really like it just for the fact that, God, is this thing comfortable. So, and I like that she made it out of spoons, and I like that she made it, actually. Like, at first I was like, wait, you can just make that? That seems a little odd. But then I was like, you know what? I like her being able to do that. So, ribbed for her pleasure. Hey, man, it's got to fit in her hand comfortably. Anyway. What were we talking about? Why is my dog whining? I don't know. He's fine. Let's talk about Chibnall. No. I just won't. Oh, he wrote Hungry Earth and Cold Blood? Oh, okay, well, those were good. Okay, really quick. That is one thing I will say is that... There's one thing I will say is... When I went back and I was looking at the episodes that he wrote, I was kind of looking, I was like, okay, not the first choice I would have made for the next showrunner. Like, choosing Moffat made perfect sense, because he wrote a lot of great episodes for 9 and 10, so it makes sense to make him the next showrunner. Chibnall is an odd choice, but it can work. And again, I like The Woman Who Fell to Earth. It was good, so I will reserve judgment. So, Clara may or may not have been part of your bi-awakening, along with Morgana and Amy. Yeah, I can understand that. I feel like I feel like just all of the good-looking gentlemen on Merlin has been part of apparently my bi-awakening, which I didn't even know I was going to have. Well, I guess, does anyone know they're going to have that? But, I mean, we've talked about the Order of the Shirtless Men on Merlin, so... Anyway. Have I seen Series 11? I've seen the first episode. I've seen The Woman Who Fell to Earth. That's it. That's all I've recorded so far. Oh, Oh yeah, Chibnall did do Broadchurch, and everyone says I've seen people say that I should react to that, and I know it has Jodie Whittaker and David Tennant. I think so. Alex, do you think Speedwagon and Joseph Joestar would be part of your Bi Awakening 2? Maybe I might say Jonathan a bit more. Because Jonathan's such a good boy, you know? Speedwagon is a godly entity. Well, and you can't deny that, obviously. So, yeah. I'm trying to think if there's other guys that may have contributed to that. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not Jotaro. I don't know about Jotaro. Maybe Kakyoin, though. Kakyoin's a good boy. Maybe that's it. Maybe I go for good boys. Yeah. Which, I mean, a lot of the knights in Merlin, yeah. Holy shit. Maybe I have a type. Captain Jack, who is not really, a good boy, though. Captain Jack, I feel like, is part of everyone's awakening. Even if you're a woman and you're straight, I feel like that's part of it's your Captain Jack awakening, you know? I feel like he will turn everyone to him, you know? Clara being killed off and coming back is kind of control. Okay, well, we're supposed to be talking about Series 10. Ugh, I just realized we've gotten way off topic again. Great job. Anyway. Of course, we were talking about Clara, so that's why you guys were talking to me, because I'm behind on stuff. Yep, hold up. Okay. Yeah. It's hard to do all this, trying to get everything here. Oh my gosh, apparently I'm very far back. Okay. You preferred Bill, but Jenna's performance was better. Interesting. I mean, that's kind of like saying I prefer Tenet, but I kind of like Capaldi's performance better. So, yeah, we were talking about Series 10, and then we started talking about JoJo and Bi Awakenings, so... Although, well, yeah, it's like, yeah, I've got shows like JoJo and Merlin for my Bi Awakening, but then stuff to keep me straight goes over back to like Attack on Titan, Mikasa, Krista, or Historia now. Krista's such a cuter name, I really prefer Krista, but that's okay. If anything, I'm starting to have a blonde awakening, actually, like between Krista and. Maybe it's just Krista. Well, Irina. Bit of Susie Q. Yeah. Yeah, I'm starting to have a blonde awakening, actually. So, Jodie. Because she is downright adorable. She's incredible. Really incredible. But I honestly, she is so adorable. So yeah, I'm having a Bi Awakening and a blonde awakening at the same time. I have a lot of awakenings on this channel, apparently. Anyway. Who is the best 80s doctor? McCoy. Yeah. Blonde Awakening, Rose. Blonde Awakening, Speedwagon. There we go. Okay. And Caesar. We put Caesar in there. He was a handsome lad. Does Arthur count? He didn't really have blonde hair, did he? I don't know. But anyway. But yeah, Rose. Yeah. This is fascinating to watch, isn't it? Have I gotten a handle on time dilation? I still don't like time dilation, but it's a fact of the universe, I just find it so strange, Anyway, but yeah. If Torchwood and SJA were written by Moffat, would it have been successful? It depends. I don't know. And I hope this doesn't sound bad, but I don't know if Moffat would have been able to do something like Children of Earth, you know? Now, it would have been interesting to see what Torchwood and SJA stories he could do, but honestly, I feel like something like Children of Earth, I don't know if he would have been able to do that. That said, he may have actually improved Miracle Day. Like, because Miracle Day is already sort of a balls out series, so get Moffat in there and he starts going balls out, you know? Like, maybe that could have been even crazier, you know? I don't know. Is Moffat's explanation of time dilation an accurate description? I think it is. I understand the concept of time dilation. It's just so strange, you know? Anyway. Seems like you've got opinions on how long a companion should stay on the show. Given that, what's the ideal length for a companion? I think the ideal length for a companion is 1 season, but you could get away with 2. Anything more than 2 is too much, because Amy and Rory went for 2.5, too much. You should have stuck it at 2. Clara went for 2.5, too long. You should have stuck to 2, or for her case, it would have been around maybe 1.5. So, I think that would be... I think I would prefer 1, but if you want to do more than 1, then 2 at the max for a companion. That's what I would say. And definitely longer than what they're doing on classic Doctor Who. I mean, good lord, they run through companions so fast. He wanted to stay with Matt Smith and had to stay on through Capaldi because Chibnall wasn't ready to take over. I heard that Moffat was originally going to stop after series 9, but then he stayed on for 1 more season. So I think it was something like that, which I can understand. I mean, because he has more seasons technically. He has 6 seasons under his belt as showrunner. So doing 5, I would kind of understand. It would be interesting though to switch showrunners in the middle of a Doctor. Like I kind of I wonder what that would look like, you know? Like, because I've also heard rumors that Jodie Whittaker is going to be leaving after series 13. So it would be interesting to see if they actually did something. Obviously, they're not doing that now, but it would be interesting if they actually had, like, you know, the Doctor stayed the same, but the showrunner was different, you know? Which I guess they slightly do that in classic Doctor Who, but it's a different concept of showrunners back then. So... Maybe Thin Ice? Maybe. I mean, that was a good episode, but I don't know. But I understand that. That's an interesting choice. Let's see. Who would my choice for showrunner have been? I don't know, because I didn't really know them too well. Like during the RTD era, it was more that, like, I knew I knew that. I knew of Moffat. Like, I recognized him for different stories. Like, oh yeah, he wrote these really great episodes. So yeah, him as showrunner makes a lot of sense. But I can't really think of too many of them from the Moffat era. So yeah. Let's see. Okay, I've caught up to the Bi Awakening and the Blonde Awakening. The Blonde and Bi Awakening. Okay. Time dilation, Moffat, SJ, stuff like that. Yada yada yada. Ah, yes. Was all the Jodie stuff trending in Twitter in America a couple of days ago? Yes. Yes, it was. It was nothing, like, spoilery. Like, I didn't see anything spoilery. I just saw that people were sharing their appreciation for Jodie as the Doctor. And that's where I saw rumors that she was going to be leaving after Series 13. Which, honestly, that makes sense because every Doctor since Tennant has basically been going for 3 seasons. Tennant had 3, and then he had the specials. Matt Smith had 3, and as well as the 50th anniversary and stuff. And then Capaldi had 3, so I would understand Jodie leaving after 3. That just seems to sort of be where we're at. Like, each Doctor is going for 3 seasons. So, yeah. Jamie did 2.5 seasons and was great in every episode. I really do love Jamie. And I love it. He's so funny, too. Mainly because... And it's the simplest joke in the world. But we watched... yesterday, we recorded the first 3 parts of The Faceless Ones. And Jamie McCrimmon in an airport is hilarious. Just everything. It's like, she was probably taken by one of the flying beasties. Like... Okay. It's like, oh wait, what is this contraption? It's like, oh, it's a booth that'll take your picture. You know what? There's no time to explain that, Ben. I just love. It's the simplest thing. So I love Jamie. Jamie's pretty amazing. So, do you think the Master / Missy could ever have been 100% redeemed? No. If they ever did something close to that, it would be sort of. I think it would be more like Frieza, where they're not redeemed, but they are an ally. You know, I can see a moment like, now it's time to stand with the Doctor, and they do, which honestly you sort of get in The Magician's Apprentice and The Witch's Familiar, but I don't. Yeah, Mishi. For some reason, I'm turning into Sean Connery, R.I.P. Yeah, I don't know why I did that anyway. But yeah, I can't see them 100% redeeming the Master, but I could see a close enough redemption, basically. Switching showrunners in the middle of a Doctor kind of happened with Tom Baker. Yeah, I think I've heard that. Doesn't it switch out to the one guy that nobody liked? I don't remember. I don't know how accurate that statement is. So... yeah. Okay. Oh, I've basically caught up. Hooray. What do I think of Ian and Barbara staying on for 2 seasons? Was it the right amount? Were they around too long? No, I feel like Ian and Barbara were good. It does help that they switched from Susan to Vicky in the middle, so kind of, keeping things fresh. So I did like that. Again, 2 seasons I think is just the right amount, basically. So, yeah. Bring back Waris Hussein. Yes! Is he still alive? He might be. He might be still alive, just an old man. Maybe. Yes, bring back Waris Hussein. That'd be amazing, actually, if they did that. Anyway. Blonde and Bi Awakening is a blind awakening. Yes, this is when I transform into Blind Wave before your very eyes, actually. It's still not confirmed if she is leaving. Yes. I know it was just rumors, but honestly, if it was like, oh yeah, she's out after series 13. I would understand that. So yeah. What newspaper even was it that started the rumors? I don't know. Who knows? All modern doctors except Eccleston have done 3 seasons. Yes. So that honestly, I would be fine with that pattern. And I actually remember that because I know that Patrick Troughton did 3 seasons of Doctor Who, and didn't he tell what's his name? Shit, Peter Davison. That's it. Didn't he say to Peter Davison, you should do 3, don't do too much. 3 is a good number. So honestly, yeah, 3 seasons would be good. Wait, the stream says no data. Wait, now it says excellent connection. Are we still here? Hello? Yes, I think we're good. Okay, it said no data for a half second, so that was terrifying. Anyway. Colin Baker, Pertwee, and Tom Baker all did 3 seasons. Yeah. So, JNT, John Nathan Turner. Okay, that was the one guy. Classic Era's equivalent of Moffat. Oh, jeez. All the Not My Doctor YouTube channels are going to look so dumb when the rumor probably turns out not to be true. Not My Doctor YouTube channels. Jeez. Anyway. It's always kind of bothered me when Sims Master was going on about how he'll never stand with the Doctor, despite the fact that his first incarnation kind of did against... Oh, his incarnation did against the Time Lords. Again, well, for that one, I think it's more of... That was less standing with the Doctor as more standing against the Time Lords. I think that's what it is, where... Missy is no, I'm going to do what's right and I'm going to stand with the Doctor. He basically was okay, the Doctor is not my greatest concern right now. I need to take out these Time Lord fucks. I feel like it was more that. That was more of a normal sort of alliance of convenience. So, yeah. Just joining from Glasgow. Hey. Well, nice to have you on. We're probably going to finish up in a little bit, but yeah. Alex's bi-awakening is the best thing to witness. Hope it continues. This is strange. This is very, very strange. But you know what? But maybe it's fine. Maybe it's fine. I don't know. It's definitely bi. It's not. I'm not going full that way. It would have to be bi because. Mainly because Mikasa wouldn't let me, that girl. And Krista, Historia. Krista's such a cuter name, damn it. Anyway, and Clara and Amy, and you get the idea. There's too much, I can't be pulled all the way, but I don't know. Between, the Order of the Shirtless Men and Speedwagon, that's probably, yeah. Okay. Yeah, stay away from the Not My Doctor channels. You don't got to worry about that. So, we actually managed to stay relatively sane through this stream. At least better than last stream. Yeah, we stayed marginally on topic in this stream compared to last stream. Last stream, which that's the thing. I honestly feel like we need to switch the titles. Last stream was a cacophony of madness. This stream is a pleasant and wholesome... Well, okay, it's not, but it's closer to a pleasant and wholesome chat than last one was. So... The Bio-Awakening was discovering BioWare RPGs. Ugh. We should get back to Series 10. I mean, we can, but we're gonna kind of wrap up here in a bit. Waris Hussein is still alive at 82. Yay! Ah, that's great. This should be called the Bi-Awakening stream. Oh, hey. Wow, you noticed. Say RIP to parentheses in the title. Wow. I can't believe someone actually noticed that. Yes, I've actually been going through... I mean, they've been gone for a little while, but I'm actually going through older videos, and I'm taking out parentheses, and I'm putting in exclamation points at the end of all the video titles. So, yeah, I can't believe you noticed that. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Good job. Has anyone noticed the descriptions yet, by the way? Nobody has commented on those. Then again, nobody commented on also finale reaction for Twice Upon a Time. So, I don't know. But I'm doing something different with the descriptions now. Instead of just, Alex reacts to and discusses Series 10, Episode 10, whatever, of Doctor Who, blah, 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 blah. Instead of that, I actually put, like, a little description of the episode. So, yeah. You told me to keep Cacophony of Madness for the 13th Doctor stream. Yeah, I know. But we're not, because the Series 11 stream is going to be called We're Doing It, Mate! Because we are going to do that. We are going to be doing that for the Series 11 live stream. We are going to do a Series 11 live stream. Now, for that one, if people start saying too much, I will end that stream and I will never come back. So let's hope it doesn't amount to that. Basically, what I'm saying is we need to talk about bisexuality and chest hair for that whole stream. I'm just going to distract myself with pictures of Mikasa. So. Anyway. The also finale thing confused you so much. Because it's also the finale. Because the Doctor Falls is the finale of Series 10. But then there's one more episode. So it's also the finale. Also finale reaction. There you go. It's like a Link nightclub in the description. No. Above that. Where, like, yes, I know that there are a bunch of links down there, but every YouTube video does that. But no, we're going to have Fran, like, at the top of the description is a slight, like, you know, is just like a sentence of, like, well, that sentence is gone. So, I've already told people to stop in the stream and they've carried on. So, well, the people, I know. I had to shut down some Chibnall talk in this one already. So hopefully we don't have to do that. I don't know. We'll see. But, yeah. Anyway. So, Bisexual Awakening Part 2. Let's go. So, on one monitor, I'm going to have all my girls, and on the other monitor, I'm going to have all my guys, which basically consists of Speedwagon, and that's just going to be that. Enough of the Bi Awakening. Bro, I don't think we can get away from it now. It's here, and it's here to stay. This is weird. This is not where I expected anything to go. Just in general, you know? Anyway. It's been about an hour and 40 minutes. We should probably wrap up here. So, let's get some closing comments, folks. Does bi-curious count? It's close enough. It's a form of bi. Biannual also counts. We never said specifically what bi. It was just bi. So, there you go. Random question. What do I like on my pizza? Pepperoni. That's basically that. I'm kind of to blame. You go with it. That's true. I definitely go with... I definitely do that. Anyone from One Punch Man in the Bi Awakening? Let's see. No. I mean, Genos is a good boy, but I don't know that I don't know. Not really a great body, you know, because he's not, you know, he's an android, so there's that. No, not really. Not really anyone from One Punch Man. So, not really any guys from Attack on Titan either. Attack on Titan is definitely for the ladies. You know, I love Mikasa. Love Mikasa. Shit. I can never say his name. Putty Prisoner. Sounds like I'm saying putty, you know? Like, ugh. No. Not into that. But yeah, Attack on Titan is a lot of the ladies. Mikasa, Historia, Sasha, Commander Hanji. Is that it? Yeah. Oh, okay. Can I mention Amy's crack to everyone who will eventually complain on the Series 11 stream to creep them out into shutting up? I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, Levi... Yeah, Levi to an extent. Reiner is buff, so he does have that going for him. And also, although, I don't know, he's kind of a little boy. Without the context of the armored Titan, that doesn't make any sense, does it? It just sounds so weird. You should write the episode descriptions like Speedwagon narration. God blimey, the doctor's in a real big pickle here. Oh, maybe not the best phrasing for that. When we're talking about bi-awakenings, oh jeez. Oh. I don't know if it'd be difficult to write for Speedwagon. Okay, so we need to end things here. This has been the Doctor Who Series 10 live stream / bi-awakening / whatever the hell else we do. If Speedwagon was the companion of the Doctor, he'd be the best exposition companion. Yes! That'd be amazing. I can't believe this. It's the Master regenerated into a new form. She's a right villain, I'll tell you. You let me go. You know, we were so close. We're this close to not having ASMR in a live stream. Okay. Okay, say right now if you want me to do ASMR really, really quick. Go. Of course, there's a delay on this, so it's going to be a second. We're all by for Speedwagon. Exactly. We're in good hands. Exactly. That's one. One for ASMR. Anyone else? One. We got one. Can we have two? This will be like an auction. An ASMR auction. Two. Can we have two? Anyone else for two? Anyone? Going once. Going twice. Two. We got two. Is that a Top Gear? Is that a Top Gear reference? Oh. Who Gear? Yeah. Alex finds his bi-awakening, a doctor joins the chat, and we don't talk about Chibnall. There's already a video of you doing ASMR unironically. Well, yeah, we've done that in streams. You know, I actually want to do... Yeah, the 2020 New Year video, that stream we did ASMR. I do want to make a legitimate ASMR video where I'm the doctor. I have a script in the works for that, so I want to do that. Fine. You get 5 seconds, folks. Here we go. Hey, thanks for coming out to the stream. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, old Top Gear is really good. I've been getting into Top Gear, actually. It's really, really fun. I've really liked it. The three of them are hilarious. So, yes, we are doing ASMR. I think 5 seconds have exceeded. Anyway, I'm sorry to everyone that doesn't like ASMR. Whispers of Terror. Alright, that's it. Good night. We did a lot of ASMR in that one. That was stupid. But I want to do... I am and this is the first time I've said anything about this, but I actually want to make an ASMR video where I am the doctor doing ASMR. As stupid as that sounds, but I want to do that. And that's your tease. Okay, bye-bye. We're done. I'm going to turn this off in a few seconds, so bye-bye. Say goodbyes. While I wait a minute, I'm going to eat a Twix on camera before I shut this off. This is probably also a little ASMR. Shit! Can't open this! You're welcome.